MACROPARTICLE.
Today I am fishing the Adur Estuary in Shoreham-by-Sea. I'll have to keep this clip brief because this tide's coming in fast. In the past I would explore these rock pools for small fish. I even found 2 eels in that section, not particularly big. So the target species of today are mullet, although I'm also counting on the possibility of getting some bass as well. Even though I have a fishing rod, highly unlikely that I'll be using it today. Still, better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. Now for the umbrella net. This is the bait that I'll be using. So, mixture of chopped up whiting, you know, the ones from my fishing trip back in December, and some cocktail baits which I prepared well before I got into the habit of using earthworms. So as you can imagine, they've been in the jar for months, so they have quite a strong odor to them. They don't smell rotten, but they do have a strong scent. So yeah, loads of oil as well, which I discharged into this gully, which the entrance of which I will place the umbrella net, along with a rock to weigh it down and this stick to anchor this ring. So there's my umbrella net laid out. Taken precautions to ensure that it does not drift away, so I placed a secondary rock to pin the rope down, well, as well as rock inside the net itself. Although, to be honest, the currents aren't particularly that strong, so the risk of it drifting off shouldn't be too severe. So the principle for the cast netting is that as the tide rises, the mullet will naturally swim along the banks to follow the tide up, because the sea is over there. That's where the Adur empties out into the sea and upstream. By the way, over there, that's where I was filming my first clip, which just comes to show how much the place has flooded by now. The principle is that the mullet will swim upstream following the flooding tide. As they do so, I will be camping somewhere over there, ready to intercept them with the cast net, just throw it on top of them. The great thing about this method is that I don't even require any bait in order to catch them. So, the mullet cast netting didn't quite work out today. I'd blame it on the weather. Ironically, the fact that it was sunny made it more difficult to catch them, as the sunlight created a contrast such that the mullet could quickly respond to the shadow of the net closing in over them. That's why it's better to do it when it's cloudy. That's when they're easier to catch off guard. As for my umbrella net, the tide has now fallen enough for me to retrieve it again, although the mud is quite soft because not too long ago it was flooded with water. I'll retrieve it in a few minutes and show the loot, although I could already notice loads of small crabs inside. Now it's 21:40. Here's what my fishing trip on the summer solstice yielded me today. Fucking crabs for the most part. Most of them are quite small, but holy shit, I don't think I've caught this many crabs before. Well, I do have a few fish, in this case mullet fry, and maybe a few rock pool fish as well. Next time I'm coming here when it's not so sunny, when it's cloudy. I'm just going to empty this loot out now. It's 10 to 10, would you believe it? One thing that a lot of these whiting heads have in common is that the eyes are picked out. These crabs tend to go for the softer parts first. I am not fishing with an umbrella net again. No way I can take any of this crap home. Fishing the Adur Estuary, this time exclusively targeting mullet. Now fortunately, compared to last time, the weather is not as sunny, although mind you, it's not cold either. I should have much more time to forage these rock pools. Well, the tide's flooded again. Went over there, I caught a couple of rock pool fish like blennies, gobies, whatever they're called. And I even saw a small eel which I attempted to catch in a net, but hid somewhere. It wasn't that big anyway. Right now, well, start of the mullet run. See those ripples in the water? Those are the mullet. Now, I literally saw some... Oh, look, they're going there just now. Right now. Right behind the boat. And there's also some activity there, so I'm wondering where I should... Ooh, I think I should target that spot first. So that's exactly what I'm going to do with my cast net. Can't even see my own shadow, so they shouldn't see the shadow of the net closing in on them. Not exactly on camera, but still. There we go, fucker. Yep, here it is. Mullet. Now the thing with these mullet is they are incredibly powerful motherfuckers. I literally, the last time I caught them, I literally had to beat the shit out of them with the pliers just to kill them. Hopefully I'll get its brain. Okay, that should be... Aha! Yeah. One edge, tucked under the chin. Feed like 2/5 of the weights, the remaining weights, so that they are hanging from my left hand. Yeah. Insect, so irritating. Somehow work my fingers down, my pinky, hook the underside of the edge. It's really irritating. Okay, and that's about it. When I throw, I'll slightly lift it up so that it opens. Two this time. Double shot, although my catch rates seem to be falling now. They don't seem to be hugging the surface as much, the edge as much as they used to. That looks about it for the fishing. Later on, the mullet shoals just died down and the sun has emerged, so way too much visibility for me to be able to cast the net over them. They'll literally swim out from underneath before the net even hits the water. Now I have a grand total of 5. The thing with these mullet is that the meat doesn't taste too bad, but they're an absolute pain in the arse to process. Full of scales, slime. I'll fillet them on the spot and I'll only take the fillets home. The rest of the carcasses, maybe I should just leave them at the banks for birds to eat them. So far I've already removed the scales. Now I just need to cut the meat off. It's a few minutes past 8. The tide has officially ebbed quite a bit. Towards the end of the trip, my mullet rod has lost a lot of steam. Best part of it was at the beginning when the mullet were literally hugging the shoreline, and of course when it wasn't so sunny. So yeah, this is what's left of the mullet after I've stripped the fillets off all 5 of them. So that's about it.